So I get that this title is going to be a little clickbaity, but this is me wanting to take a look at one of my favorite fighting games ever made. Not just because it features characters from one of my favorite RPGs, but it comes from a team that really knows their stuff within fighting games in general. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax just got announced for PS4, Switch, and Steam, coming in March. I want to take a look at this game because it's always had a special place in my heart, and I want to look at where it is today. Currently, it is locked to the PlayStation 3 and 360, but is that keeping people from playing it completely? Well, that's what we're going to find out today in Is It Dead? Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. So, who is this great developer I speak of? Of course, I'm talking about Arc System Works, most famous for their game, Guilty Gear 2 Overture.
Hey, I can see too! What the? Those are some sadistic ears you have!
Oh, that's rude. These are the real deal. And after I saved you...
Okay, actually, we're gonna forget about that one. Yeah, let's move past that. Arc System Works, best known for Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue. Yeah, they're pretty good at fighting games, as we all know. They were hired by Atlus to take one of their growing IPs and make it into a fighting game, that being Persona 4 itself. Persona 4 went on to sell over 300,000 copies in Japan, and in the West, it was on Amazon's top PS2 sellers for 2 consecutive weeks, which is pretty great considering the Xbox 360 and PS3 were pretty big at the time. So Atlus saw this as an opportunity to expand the franchise. In 2011, Persona 4 Arena as well as Persona 4 Golden were announced. Arena was an arcade release at first, but then we finally got a Western console release announcement during E3 of 2012. It would be released for the 360 and PS3. Also, weird side note, you can still buy the 360 version digitally of the original Persona 4 Arena, and is backwards compatible with the Xbox One and the Xbox Series consoles, but not Ultimax. So I'm really confused by that. I mean, seriously, why? Why wouldn't you have both on there? If you're going to do, even if you do just one, you should have done the newer one that people like the most. I, as well as many other fighting game and Persona fans, were really excited at the time, and I knew that with Arc System Works, the project was in really good hands and was going to be great. In August that year, North Americans finally got their hands on the console version, with European fans having to wait till May of next year, which kinda blew for them. And you may be saying, hey, couldn't they just import the PS3 or 360 games? Some of the 360 games are region locked, but not the PS3, right? Well, no, not at all in this case. The PS3 version was one of 2 games on that console to ever have had region locks on it. Mostly due to the cost of games depending on what region they're in. Meaning that if a game costs more in your country and less than another, you may be more poised to import that version to save some money. Well, this pissed off a lot of people. Thankfully though, this was not repeated again in the sequel. Things were going pretty well for the game, and it got positive reviews and fan reception. So let's talk about how this one plays. Your characters have personas that can manifest and fight alongside them. Think of them like supernatural Pokemon, but one's much darker, and they have one that has a penis in a chariot. Now, I'm not showing this here, but just for your sake, don't Google Rule 34 Mara. Trust me, you'll thank me. You have 2 buttons for normal attacks, and 2 buttons that allow you to summon your character's personas to do damage. You cannot spam your personas willy-nilly, as your persona has its own life gauge. Each character has their own set of cards, and when your persona takes damage, you'll lose a card. Lose all your cards, and they're disabled for a short period of time until they come back. So you really have to think about when and how to use the personas, and you also have other trademarks from Arc System Works games showing up, like their mobility options and the instant kill moves, which, when specific conditions are unlocked, you can instantly finish off a foe. Oh yeah, and it had online too. Poor 2012 Adam really thought the online was good for this. I really didn't know anything about Rollback. Please forgive him, he was young and foolish. Then finally, we skipped 2 years ahead of its release, and we finally got a sequel to Arena called Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, or in Japan, the really exhausting title of Persona 4 The Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold. Holy cow, what a name. When I got this game on September 30th of 2014, I was pretty stoked. It even came with a blow-up teddy, which is a very weird pre-order bonus, but whatever. I reviewed the game at the time and really loved it, and it improved a lot on what made the original so great. They added new characters including shadow versions, which had their own unique traits. For the shadow versions, the super meter wouldn't completely go away between each round. So if they had like 20% left, they would keep that. And the burst defense move would allow you, instead of like pushing somebody away, gave you like full meter, and you could use that for an extended period of time to do as many supers as you wished without having to worry about depleted meter. Both games feature the Persona 4 cast, but also had additions. Arena introduced original characters like Labris and Shadow Labris, which is different from Labris, who also has a shadow version of her vanilla version. I hope I said that right. And in Ultimax, we had a new antagonist named Sho, which made his way to the fight with 2 versions, a Persona-less version and one with a Persona. He also made a lot of puns. I mean, like a lot. The guy really wouldn't shut up.
You're supposed to be a meat eater. I find that pretty hard to swallow.
They even added a much older Persona 3 cast to the mix, and in Ultimax they added even more of them, including Rise, who wasn't even able to fight in the other one, is now able to fight in this version, and some Persona 4 spoilers here. But Adachi, the antagonist from the original Persona 4, was making his fighting game debut, as well as other members of the Velvet Room, Elizabeth and Margaret. It too, like the previous Arena entry, got a lot of fan and critical praise. As time went on, it got played by many gamers, and even content creators like myself, as well as people who are much, much bigger names than I'll ever be. This game has been a part of my channel, and I used to make gameplay match videos of it, and I had a blast making them, and people seemed to like them as much as I loved making them. But as I and many others moved on to other games, with the PS4 and the Xbox One on the horizon, other games, of course, naturally did take its place. So, what made this game so good? Most characters have a unique and different feel from the other. With the additional shadow versions of the characters, you have different ways of playing the characters that you love. If you want to have faster meter gain and play more aggressive, then definitely sink into those shadow characters. Like previous entries, a spectacular presentation and voice cast, along with some new mechanics and balance changes. For me, it was like reuniting with old friends that I got to bash their faces in. And the music was amazing too. The stages were well animated. I had many memories playing against friends and strangers, and even discovered others, such as a YouTuber named Jerome Talos, who helped me make the intro for my Adam vs. Persona 4 Arena series. Of course, this isn't about whether or not I still love it, but do others have the same feeling? And there are others playing this game today, and if so, how do we find them? I was able to track down a couple of Discord groups who are still finding matches to this day. There's a Discord console, as well as a group of people who are able to play the game via Parsec. The Parsec community is known as the P4PC. Not only do they help people link up to find matches, but they even host and stream online tournaments for the game. Another streamer who has a bit of a following has also been playing this game on his streams, and has been a big advocate for things like a Steam release, Moopoke. He isn't just scouring the net for matches, but creates a lobby with friends and playing games with them and just having a blast. He also streams other games too, so check him out if you're interested. I'll post a link below to the Discords and the streams if you're interested. I'm very excited, as I know many of us are, that more people will have easier access to this game. For many years, it's been locked to the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. But this return doesn't mean that this game was forgotten. There are people who have a passion and a desire to have this game succeed in a community that has asked for this game to come back for so many years. Some games never get the chance to come back into the spotlight. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is coming back, but for some, it never went away. If you're looking to get into this game for the first time, or rekindle an old flame, try watching these streams or connect with the Discord groups. Thanks to fans and Atlus for helping keep the P1 Grand Prix alive. If there's any so-called forgotten fighters that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. What is it you would like me to talk about next? Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoy the content. Until next time, game on.